So hi guys, today I'm working on a metal table. This will be a study table for a client and for a previous client basically, and he wanted to use his some of the old tabletop he had and some drawer thing he had. So he said, come up with a design which will be like sturdy, and his type is that he wanted to have a very minimalistic in design, nothing fancy, but very good working and very stable table. So what you see on the screen here, so this is a 3D done for the same project. This is more of exactly same table which I am using. So when we have a having discussion, then I showed him my table how I am working on. Maybe I'll put up somewhere of a photo of that table here. So for the comparison, what we are working on. So just to give you a brief idea, it's a metal table with powder coated frames. These are like 50 by 50 or you could say like uh, 40 by 40 not 50. It's 1.5 by 1.5 of pipe MS, and the smaller for the drawers and shutter. This is 25 by 25 which is 1 inch by 1 inch. The length of the table is 5 feet. The depth is 2 feet, which is 600 and the height is 730. This is roughly around uh, 28 and a half, which is the size of the frame. Why 28 and a half is that uh, while in production we are going to add almost 1.5 inch of uh, leveler on all four edges. So as per standard height, it should be 13 inches and 2 feet 6 in uh, feet height. That is the ergonomics for a study table. For any working platform or working table, when you are sitting, you should follow this pattern of heights. The top is the plywood finished with white gloss laminate, and all one side, two side, three side, and four side are the laminates finishing with the burgundy kind of a drawer and a shutter. So I'll show you how to make this thing from scratch. So I'll just leave it here what the thing is, and I'm gonna make it from a scratch. So let's say we have we'll just do a R command, and here on the um, your right bottom you will see the measurement. So this drawing I am doing it in I'm going to feed in the same thing. 5 feet is 1500 by depth is my 600 So that's my tabletop. I'm going to make, by double clicking or triple clicking, I'll make a component straight away. I'll name it tabletop. I'll go into this particular component and I'll raise it to my plywood thickness is 18 I'm gonna write 18 and it will have the thickness of plywood. Then on this basis we are gonna make the table supports, which is exactly the same. One more surface on this thing. Triple click on this and make a component. Now you go inside. So this is the component what we have made it now. So go inside the component and use of offset command, and our frame is 40 as we have seen. all around 40 mm. That is what offset it now, and I'll remove the middle part. So just for seeing the different variation, I'll try giving a gray color to this thing. So you understand that that is the frame. Now we have this height to the frame we will give now. So this is the frame which is being made. Now we have this C section, like this is one pipe, this is one pipe, and this is one pipe. So we have to make a support. So we know that we have to make 730. So this 40 mm is gone, and remaining is that we have, so take the guidelines from any vertical surface, and then you take vertical measurement from here and say 690 is what I want. Make a rectangle around it. Always make a component whenever possible, and then you offset it from this as a 40 mm. We already have this frame here, so we are going to continue and leave it on this edge, and we are going to delete this from the bottom, and we are going to pull it up inside as 40 mm. So we are basically making a table now upside down, right? Go to the edit thing and say delete guides. So whatever guidelines are there, it will get deleted. Now this make as a group. Now this is all the components are grouped together. With the command Q on your SketchUp, you take the guide and then you flip it back on this side. With the M command, on one point selected and the arrow down key to get to the floor. So this is what our frame. I'll give gray again to these. I'll go inside the group and give it a gray color to differentiate. Now we have to make this. We have to make this frame for drawer and this thing. So for now, I'm going to go inside the component and I'm going to hide this thing for now, the tabletop. As I know, I have a drawer which is around 470, which is going to measure 470 width-wise, including the channels which are going to run for that. And after that, so I'm going to take that as a measurement, and then I have a 1 inch which is 25 mm and 25 mm. So I'm going to make a box section and make it a component. So go inside the component and just pull it till the frame. So we have a support member which is flush to the upper face. Now as I've made a bar behind, which is like a support bar for the frame structuring, which is measured from bottom and placed it at around 50 mm, which is 2 inches. And then I have 40 frame. For this, I'll go with 1 inch, so 25, and I'll keep it at the internal face, 25, because I have to line up with the drawer portion, the drawer fabrication work. So it will come and connect to this rod. That's why the face of the rod is inside. And keep clearing things from uh, the dimension, what do you say, the guidelines. So copy this with M command, click Control and down arrow. So leave it at the upper face of this. Basically upper and bottom is the same. This you have as a bottom frame. Now we have to make a vertical frame which is at this. Again select it with the Q, and this you keep it at the junction. Now you right click on this and make a unique, otherwise what will happen, every component of this will get modified. So we don't want to do that. Let's say click on this and make it unique, and we leave it on this fascia. Same thing, you aim for the command and leave it at this fascia. Let's check where it is standing, and let's say shift it out. And do little adjustment as you find this. Leave it on this face, and then you have this one, which is the last of the frame, will be coming along horizontal axis, and make a unique again. So this particular thing acts as a skirting, the 2 inches what you see at the bottom. So now why we are doing this particular arrangement of top face, the bottom face, side face, the inside face, so that whenever we are putting a plywood face to this thing, there is no chamfering the edges or cutting two sides of the edges, nothing. So it's like one piece. We can do a plywood face, and do plywood face with a 18 thick plywood. Even 12 is also fine. Just copy this thing up, and then you do the same. Remember, you are doing a component, so make it unique whenever possible, because length and width of these things will be different. This you copy the same and you leave it at this end. I wanted to keep drawers at at little bit inside the main frame. So we are going to make a drawer which is being seen here, and then you put up 125 as 1.25 mm as 5 inches. You make a you have a guide, and then you pick it up and you leave it here. So that's your drawer compartment. Then we are going to make a drawer as well. So from here I could say, let's say 25 mm, and then we have a thickness of let's say not 25 mm, we'll just do 12 mm. That's where the channel will attach, and then we have 12 mm frame which is running around. So we'll connect it, and then we are going to remove this thing, and then we are, as we have the depth of around 5, so 500 of this we can do. And then we have 6 mm. This portion is that plywood portion is going to be done by a carpenter, so need not to worry about the exact measurements. Once the frame is done, we'll be able to come and do the work. Let's differentiate the frame. It won't be visible otherwise. Yeah, and then we will reverse it with S command, and we'll push it back, say -1. While doing, okay, we have messed up something. We have not given a thickness to this portion, basically. We have done some little mistake. We have to fill in now. 175. Now we'll do -1. Oops. We will come back to that as well. And then we will do a shutter, which is again a component. So we also component it. And then we do a thickness which is insert, which is 18 mm. So that's your this thing. That's a table. So you'll ask that how the top will be fitted. So for fitting that, you design a small clips like that. You know, I'll just try drafting that as well. We'll do 1 inch. We'll do, let's say 40 mm, and let's say 25. And then we are doing a 6 mm curve to this thing. And then from this, we'll take a 6 mm again. We'll take the center of this thing, and we'll just do a let's say 2 radius. So we have 4 mm hole, and quickly make a component of this and give a around, let's say 2 mm thickness. That's the size of that clamp what we have made. A strip for attaching screws we have made. I'm going to place it here. So yeah, this could be just like 4 inches from 4 inches as in the 100 mm from this side and 100 mm from this side. We can put things up like that, 1, 2, and then we can copy this thing up, and we'll do on this side as well. That's a -1. That's how you start making your supports. So this is how you do the support. So more support you will need to do it here. For attaching this portion, give you an idea how things are done. That's how you will need so much of clip. Around 25 clips are there to make this thing happen. I'll go into the main component and I'll go to edit and I'll say unhide. So quickly I'll give the color of this. So this I'll give a color of this particular media, and that's all we have. We made a table. When you put up those small knobs here, small knob, small, that's it. Yeah. So we are done with the table. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you will do this thing in your project. And this is more of a furniture build, interior architecture side. Uh, you need to have knowledge of the metal, the plywood, how it works, how the joinery will happen. Uh, you need to understand that while making, who is the first person working on that, who will be the second, and you need to know the quantities of material what is required, whether it is hardware, channel for the drawers, maybe knobs for two knobs will be required for a door and shutter, and those leveler supports also you will require at the bottom for raising on the table whenever possible. There are other things which can be added like the keyboard tray and a CPU stand. That's very specific to the function the person is going to use it for. Some people will like to keep their keyboard here and the mouse here, and the monitor will be here somewhere. So that's all again fine, and the printer might come at this location. So I'm just not drawing that thing now, as it is very subjective. Who uses, how uses, that all depends upon the use. That's a table from uh, my side, design, and it will be done in a week time. So thank you for watching, and please let me know if anything else you wanted to make. I'll surely try and design it for you guys. Thank you so much.